Hello, everyone. I know it has been a really long time. It's been a good 6 months since I've uploaded on here, and I feel like I owe you a little bit of an explanation. I have just been really caught up in adjusting to my new lifestyle. I got a part-time job actually in August, cake decorating. And for those of you who don't know, which I'm assuming most of you don't know, I've been cake decorating for around 4-ish years. The reason I got a job was because just a little bit more financial stability, because money was definitely a struggle last year, but I don't really want to get too much into that and bore you. But I was also going through a really major art burnout. I really wasn't liking anything that I was making, and I felt like getting a part-time job would just kind of help me get out of that rut. It sort of has. It's definitely added some financial stability, like kind of what I was looking for. I'm actually slowly starting to get out of my burnout, and it feels really good. I feel like making art will never feel the same as it did, 5 years ago when I first started doing it, when I was building my skills. It had that certain special feeling to it that I feel like I'm never going to get back. Hopefully that will change. Now I'm just still halfway through a burnout, but I'm slowly getting out of it. So yeah, I've been slowly making art. I've kind of mostly stopped posting on Instagram and TikTok. It's been really hard for me to keep up with that and just short form content in general. I also want to mention that recently I've started acquiring all the cake decorating materials at my apartment so I can start decorating from home, because it's something that I want to learn and try to get comfortable with doing at home instead of just doing at my day job, if that makes sense. So I've got tips, bags, a little turntable, and just clearing out a little bit of a space in my kitchen to do everything that I need to do. It's really hard because our kitchen is very small. So hopefully soon, my boyfriend and I can find like a small studio apartment that we can rent out so he can have part of that studio for his graphic design space. And then of course I could have the kitchen and maybe a little corner of the living room for my cake decorating, and then also for like my painting and stuff like that. I would love to eventually, maybe sometime this year, have my own cake decorating business here in Little Rock and the surrounding areas. At my day job, I don't really get to do the cakes that I really want to do, but decorating at home will allow me to really experiment with the cakes that I've always wanted to do. I really love the vintage style, like kitschy, very pretty, frilly cakes that you see a lot on Instagram and Pinterest. I think those are really pretty, especially when they're heart-shaped. It's so beautiful. And I get excited every once in a while when I get to do that at my day job, but I'm thinking about when I do my cake decorating business, I will center it around that vintage style, but also making it kind of alternative. So maybe having a little bit of an edge to it, like barbed wire, medieval weapons, like swords and like, a mace, and maybe like thorns, just like all of that stuff, kind of making it look different, but then also combining that with like vintage stuff. I have this vision in my head. There's a lot of things that I need to do before I actually start going legal and actually selling out of my apartment. Like for now, I don't think it's logical for me to sell cakes out of my small-ass apartment because the kitchen is really small. We are dealing with a mess of just general cooking, to feed ourselves and stuff like that. So the mess from that on top of the cake decorating mess is it's too much. The kitchen's very small, very limited space. So if I do want to go legal and start selling my cakes in the local area, I will either have to move to somewhere that's bigger, so there's a bigger kitchen, or we'll have to rent out like a separate studio. So that's got me really stressed out. It's just something that I can't do anything about it right now, although I wish I could. But I know that we're close to making some type of change, and that alone is getting me really excited. Speaking of cake, I'm going to insert it right here. I posted a reel on Insta and TikTok of this black and red vintage style with like a mace on top and barbed wire, and it actually did surprisingly well considering that I haven't posted in like a month, and I was really excited. I got so many kind, awesome comments on it. It was really awesome feedback, so it makes me think like, oh, maybe this is possible. Like maybe people will want to buy my cakes. I'm going to continue making cakes from home, giving them to my friends. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out on my friends' birthdays. And yesterday, I started doing another cake. It is a capybara cake. It's like a small tier, 6-inch on bottom, 4-inch on top. They're both single layer, but it works really well for what I had in mind. And I will insert some clips right here, just like little teasers, because I don't want to post too much of it yet. I want to start posting more on my Patreon. So on Monday, the video will actually go live of the whole process on how I made that cake, minus baking the cake, but I will be including the step from making the buttercream all the way to the finished product, and I'm really excited to share that. If you would like to subscribe to my Patreon, I have different tiers. In my lowest tier, I will be able to offer that video to you. And of course, a week later, I will be putting that capybara cake on YouTube, but people who subscribe to my Patreon will get early access. It's turning out really cute and I'm super excited. So speaking of my Patreon, if you want more than just like digital content, I do also offer physical tiers. I have one that is a print tier, and then I have another tier where I offer like an embellished version of a print. And I also am trying to post at least a couple times a week on updates on what I'm doing, just kind of stuff that I don't usually post on my Instagram story. I do post on my Insta story, but I've been trying to post more on my Patreon so people are actually getting value from it. So I have a few important dates. Monday, the capybara cake video will be live on my Patreon, and then that following Monday, it'll be on my YouTube. And then Friday the 19th, I will be having a merch drop. My boyfriend has been helping me design t-shirts based off of my art, and I'm going to be having a merch update on the 19th. But keep an eye out. I think the designs are really cool. They're very different, and it is a very great way to support me. Another important day is on Friday the 26th. I will be having another shop update, but that one is going to be centered more around my art. I've already been working on some sketches. I worked on one yesterday and one today, and I will include some photos of what the sketches look like. I'm not finished with all of the sketches I want to do. I'm going to be doing 2 paintings on 5x5 gesso board, and then I also have like little tiny 3-inch square paintings that I'm also going to be including. I really like the idea of including different sizes in my shop update. A bigger one, kind of like a medium size, and then smaller ones. Again, my art update is going to be Friday the 26th of this month. And yeah, I believe that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for sitting down and watching this video, even though I haven't posted in like a half a year. But if you are subscribed to me, thank you so much for subscribing and liking and commenting and stuff like that. If you want to subscribe to me, I would really, really appreciate that. It would help my channel grow, and YouTube is something that I really love having. I love connecting with people on YouTube. I love editing videos. It's just if I don't stick with it, I like fall off, and I don't know, I would really appreciate the support a lot. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.